महाधन्ति वक्त्रापि पञ्चास्यमान्यां विदीन्द्राभिमृग्या गणेशाभिधामे विदत्तां श्रियङ्कापि कल्याणमूर्तिः तापिञ्चस्तबकद्विषे तनुभृतां दारिद्र्यमुत्राद्विषे संसाराज्ञतमोपुषे पुररिपोर्वामाङ्कशीमाजुषे कम्पातीरमुपेयुषे कवयतां जिह्वा कुटिं जग्मुषे विश्वत्राणपुषे नमोऽस्तु सततं तस्मै परञ्ज्योतिषे बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वम् अरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्. So in the last class, we were looking into the description of the Sri Chakra, the avaranas, how is the yantra basically designed, how should we understand it. So we were looking into all of that. Quick 1 minute recap. So we saw the difference between a konam and a dalam. Konams are triangles that you see in the Sri Chakra. Dalams are the petals, and the enclosures or the boundaries are referred to as Chaturashram or Bhupura Trayam, because 3 lines are enclosures or kind of gates. So those things we saw in the last class. And we also saw how to relate it. What is a Sri Chakram? Shivayor Vapuhu. If you have to feel the physical form of the supreme Brahman, the ultimate Brahman, which has no form, no shape, no name, that Brahman, if you need a form, Shivayor Vapuhu. Shiva means, we have already learned the glossary, bliss, auspiciousness, consciousness, ultimate truth, Satyam. All Paryaya Padams or synonyms for Brahman, not the Chaturmukha Brahma, but the ultimate Brahman. So there we saw Shivayor Vapuhu. Vapuhu means body, means shape. Shivayor, Shivahacha, Shivacha, Shivayor Vapuhu. So that is what is Sri Chakra. Now, with 8 konams, the Ashtaram is equivalent to the 8 dalams that you see. 8 dalams that comes in the 3rd Avaranam. So 8, these, like, no, they are all linked to each other, because we saw 5 triangles pointing downwards, 4 triangles pointing upwards. 5 triangles pointing downwards are the Shakti aspects of the Sri Chakra. 4 triangles pointing upwards are the Shiva aspects of the Sri Chakra. So now with that, there is a Avina Bhava Sambandham, means the Trikonam and the Bindu. Bindu, the ultimate highest point of the Sri Chakra, and the Trikonam Avina. Avina means one cannot exist without the other. Avina Bhava Sambandham. So that one, and that we saw for Bindu and Trikona. Trikona is nothing but triangle. Now Ashtakona and Ashtadala. Ashtadala is Ashtara is another Paryaya Padam. And some people say instead of Dalas, they say Ashtara. So you should not get confused. Ashtara is nothing but Ashtadala. They just complicate it so that it's a better way of putting it. So Ashtadala and Ashtara are the same. So Ashtakonam and Ashtadalam, they have a samya, means they are all co-joint. They will coexist with each other. You cannot separate that. Then the 2 dasharas, Antar Dashara, Bahir Dashara. What is this Antar? Antar means inside. Dashara means 10. So inside 10 triangles, Bahihi means outside. Bahir Dashara, outside 10 triangles. This is the 5th Avarana, which you are talking about. So 5th and 6th Avarana, both are 10 triangles, which you see. Those 10 triangles, the 2 sets of 10, Antar Dashara and Bahir Dashara, will coexist with the Shodasha Dala. Where is Shodasha Dala? 2nd Avarana. After the enclosures, there are 3 circles. What are those 3 circles? Trivalaya. In our Sampradaya, we don't have puja for those 3 circles. So the 2nd Avarana will be considered as the Shodasha Dala. So the Shodasha Dala and both the Dashara Dvaya, means the 2 sets of 10 triangles, Antar and Bahir, inside 10, outside 10, both needs to coexist. They are co-joined. Then next one, Chatur Dashara and Chaturashra, means Chatur Dashara. Dashara means triangle. So Chatur Dashara, 14 triangles, and Chaturashra. What is Chaturashra? It's another name for Bhupuratraya, the 3 enclosures, gates that you see. So they have to coexist. They are co-joined with each other. So 3, what are the, I'm going to repeat it. Ashtadala, and Ashtakona together. 2 sets of 10 triangles and 16 dalas together. 14 triangles and Chaturashra means the Bhuparatraya, the 3 enclosures. They are together. So this is the summary of the last class. Now also we saw about Om, right? How do you write Om? Om, if you see, it is in the form, just think about it. No, it's a perception, right? Om is in the form of 3.5. You write, see, 3.5. Om has 3.5. What is when you say 3.5? What should strike you? It should strike you of Kundalini. Kundalini is a serpent. Kundalini is a serpent, and it is coiled of 3.5. Where is that? It is staying under the Mooladhara. So for a Jivatma to realize the ultimate supreme Brahman, which is Paramatma, this Kundalini has to raise from the Mooladhara, pass through the Shat Chakras. What are the Shat Chakras? Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agnya. So it has to pass through these 6 chakras and reach the Sahasrara. So what is there in the Sahasrara? Guru's feet. Sri Gurur Padukam Murdhinihi. Where what resides on top of Guru's feet? Devi herself resides on top of Guru Mandala Rupini, Guru Priya. So she stays there along with the Mahakameshwara. Saharahasi Patya Viharase. It will come in one of the shlokas in Saundarya Lahari. So the purpose of every Jivatma is to attain the Paramatma or realize that that soul is nothing but the Paramatma for which Kundalini has to raise. So do I have to do anything to raise that? Nothing. Vaidika Samayachara school does not say you have to do anything. You keep doing what you are doing. Automatically, it is a byproduct. No, your sadhana needs to progress in a certain direction. So automatically, as a byproduct of the progress of your sadhana, Kundalini raises. You don't do anything separately for it. So that is what we saw. Now Pranava, Veda, everything, we know the starting of everything is the Moola Prakriti Brahman. That is but Om Ityekaksharam Brahma. Who says? Shruti says. Shruti means what? Vedas. What it says? Om Ityekaksharam Brahma. If it has been Shabda Brahman, Om is represented. Now, we have seen Om and Hreem is another Shakta Pranamam. Shakta, we know our school of worship is Shakta because Shakta Devi is the primordial deity. So in Shakta worship, Hreem Kara Panjarashukye Namaha, Hreem Kara Panjarashuki. Dikshadhar in all his kritis, all the 3, Tyagaraja Swami, Dikshadhar and Shama Shastri, they Hreem Kara Panjarashuki, they would have used the pada. Nothing but Shakta Pranamam is Hreem. So start of the Vedam is Om, end of the Vedam is Hreem. Hreem is what? Maya Bijam. So now Vedam also talks about Chatwari Eem. So 4 type of Eems that I cannot reveal here because it is the highest form of worship in Sri Vidya. So Veda talks about Chatwara Eem. So 4 Eems come somewhere. So it talks about it. When you reach that stage, you will be able to understand that. Now, with all that said, we are learning the Shakta Pranamam is Hreem. We all know the Moola Prakriti Om Ityekaksharam Brahma. So both are nothing but Devi herself, which means starting point, ending point is the same person. One person, starting point Om will have a white sari, ending point Hreem will have a red sari. That's all is the difference. But it's the same person. So Om Ityekaksharam Brahma, Hrinkara Panjarashuki. Both are the same. So that means it is the same person getting represented. Now, A, U, Ma, Nada, Bindu, Kala. We spoke about that. And that time, I don't know if I mentioned. So, U and Ma are representations. Again, representations of the Shiva Swarupa. Shiva means here again, go to our glossary. What we have learned? Brahman, Supreme Prakasha Brahman. Now, A plus U plus Ma. If in this way, if you split it, there are several ways of splitting it. A plus U plus Ma, U and Ma becomes Shiva Swarupam or the Prakasha aspect of the Brahman, and A, the first A is the Shakti Swarupam of that Brahman. Which Brahman? The ultimate supreme Brahman. Now, this when they are co-joined, Shivayor Vapuhu, what is happening? Srishti happens, Jagat happens. When Jagat happens, if you see the Jagat means the universe that you are seeing is a combination of Shiva and Shakti. Shiva means the ultimate Brahman. Shakti means its inherent power. So both, only when it's co-joined can something exist. That's what we learnt in the first shloka. Yadi Shivaha Shaktya Yukto Bhavati Shaktaha Prabhavitum. Which means if something has to exist, anything that has to, if some it could be Chetana, Achetana, Chetana, Chetana. What is this Chetana? Living, Achetana, non-living, Chetana, Chetana. It can be living, it can be non-living, it can be both. All of these three, if it needs to coexist, or if it needs to exist, that means Shivayor Vapuhu. Only if Shiva and Shakti are enjoined, co-joined, then it can exist. So that's what we have seen. Now, both of them, Shiva and Shakti joining together, universe is formed. Now, from that universe, that is evolution. We saw about the three kramas, Srishti krama, Sthiti krama, Laya krama, if you remember. So we spoke about Srishti, where from Bindu, it gets expanded. You see the Sri Chakra? See slowly 1 point. Bindu was nothing but a dot. It got expanded into 3. 3 got expanded into 8. 8 got expanded into 10. 10, another 10. Then another 10 became 14. 14 became 8 dalas. Then 16 dalas. Then Chaturasra. See how the expansion happened. That is evolution. Now, the same evolution is equal to Shiva plus Shakti joining together universe. Now, this evolution, there is another thing, involution. What is involution? Everything becoming what? Into the same one. Chaturasra will go and join with what? Chaturdashara. Then Shodashadala will join with what? The Dashara Dvayas, the 2 Dasharas, Antardashara and Bahid Dashara. Then Ashtadala will go and join with what? Ashtara. What is that? 8 triangles. Then Trikonam and Bindu, we have already told, Avina Bhava Sandam. Trikonam will go and encompass itself into the Bindu. That means what will remain? Only the Bindu will remain. Everything will go and join. Ultimately, it will go to 1 dot. That 1 dot is what? Brahman. So, Yadi Shivaha Shaktya Yukto Bhavati Shaktaha Prabhavitum. Once this slowly it starts, so Akamayata, as soon as that desire comes, then immediately evolution starts. When as soon as that desire now starts to realize that it is the Brahman, then involution starts. When involution starts, slowly it becomes into Bindu and it goes back to wherever it came from. So this is what is the nutshell of the first shloka. Now moving on to the second shloka. Now hope you're clear with the meaning and also the gross meaning and also the subtle meaning of what the first shloka is trying to tell. So we have touched upon Sri Chakra, we have touched upon evolution, involution, the kramas. So if you have any questions, always you can ask and we can go about it after we complete. So second shloka. In the second shloka, slowly, again, we must all remember, this is the first part of Saundarya Lahari is referred to as Ananda Lahari. It was not written by Adi Acharya. So it was given, or whatever he got from Kailasha, that is what we are giving here. So it will not follow a prescribed order. Whatever we have got is what we got. Only from Gatair Manikyatvam, Acharya has written Saundarya Lahari. From there it starts, his work starts. Generally, any poet, I don't know how many of you have read Kalidasa, but he's my favorite. I'm a big fan of Kalidasa. So when any poet, or there is a krama of describing, if I have to, a poet's license, if I have to describe a lady as Stri Devata, or it could be any lady, even for a Natya Kavya or anything, there is a order. Keshadi Padaparya. You have to start from their head, tip of their head, to the tip of the feet. That is how you describe. That is a kind of a rule that they have to follow. If it is a Stri Devata, a lady, if it is a Purusha Devata, they have to start from the feet and go upwards till the top of the head. These are 2 kramas. Generally, poets use this. If you have to write Kalidasa, you will know. So now, but again, we'll have to keep in mind, Acharya wrote only from Gatair Manikyatvam. The first 41, Ananda Lahari, as the name is itself different, was got as is from Kailasha. So which means from Gatair Manikatvam, if you notice, he would have followed the dharma and followed the rule, and he would have stuck from the crown. He would slowly start describing from Keshadi Padaparyantam because of the Stri Devata. Now, another thought or another dimension of thinking to this is Purusham vas Tantra Vakya says, Sri Tattva Chintamani says, Purusham va smared devi, stri rupam va vichintayet, atava nishkalam dhyayet, sat chit ananda lakshanam, which means you cannot describe this person, whomever we are going to describe, as either a male or a female or neither male or female. You cannot aspect anything to this Brahman. So how will you do it? It can be in any order. So you cannot, that is why maybe the first, it is only our interpretation. Maybe the first 41, whatever, no, Anand Lahari does not follow the rules because you cannot describe, you cannot put her or box her into anything. She's beyond boundaries. That could be one reason. So either ways, whatever, this is what we have got. So from Gatair Manikatvam, you will see that poetic way of description. But until then, as we know, first 41, they are Tantra Shastra, Mantra Shastra. So it has to be in whatever way we have got it. Now, with that said, second shloka, Taniyam Sampamsum, Tava Charana Panke Ruha Bhavam, Virinchis Sanchinvan, Virachayati Lokana Vikalam, Vahatyenam Shaurihi, Katamapi Sahasrena Shirasam, Haras Samshudyainam Bhajati Basito Dhulana Vidim. Okay. Now, remember, we spoke about evolution and involution. What happens from Bindu? What for evolution, what has to happen? One has to become three, right? Whatever you want to call, you can call Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Vama, Jeshta, Raudri, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, all sets of three, however way you want to call. But evolution has to start, right? One has to become. So remember the story like this. So the evolution starts. For evolution to start, there has to be a boss, a CEO kind of a boss. He has to appoint few people, and they have to, remember, we are doing a big project. They'll have to say, assign duties to each individuals, and they have to start working on something. Only then, no, the project can be completed. Here, the project is what? Jagat, universe, Srishti. So what happens is, now, three people are getting appointed. Think of the story like this. So Brahma, he has been assigned the work of Srishti, creation. Vishnu, he has been assigned the work of preservation. Shiva, I shouldn't say Shiva, Rudra, he has been assigned the work of destruction. Laya. So all these three have been now appointed. Three people are there. Now, Taniyam Sampam Sum. Now, Acharya, the Saundarya Tantra Shastra says, they didn't know what to do. Okay, three people have been appointed. I'm day one on the job. Now, where I have to start? Somebody has to help me, right? Be it even a new married girl comes into the house, she doesn't know the schematic of the house, right? Where to start, what to do, what is the custom of the house? Nobody knows. So somebody has to explain. Somebody has to tell, hey, this is how we do it in our house. So this all happens. This is quite common. So now Brahma, what happens is, Brahma has to do Srishti. She has told, like, you are the controller of Srishti. No, go ahead. Go ahead means how will I go ahead, what to do, how to start if somebody comes and tells us, right? So he goes to the Srinagara, Sripura. Sripura is the place where Devi resides. That is her, like Camp David, no? So she all her main working, all her subjects come and meet her. She sits in the throne. It is a very big, magnificent halls with so many pillars. All the description comes in the Srinagara Varnana. So, so many enclosures, so many kind of rooms. You have to go past all of that. There is a big launch, so people wait. So Brahma comes. He moves across one by one. Now he's scratching his head on how to start the Srishti. Taniyam Sampamsum Tavacharana Banke. Taniyam Sampamsum is what? Pada Dhuli, her dust. What she is doing is, she is meeting all her subjects. She is moving from one room to another, and now she is walking around. She's walking around that palace, her kingdom, and while walking around, some dust is there from her feet. Taniyam Sampamsum means dust. Pada Dhuli. We say Dhuli as dust, or here Pamsum, dust. Tava Charana Panke Ruha Bhavam. Remember, Charana, it is not Sharana. Charana means feet. Sharana means Sharanagati. Going and saying, no, you are my only refuge. That is Sharana, SHA. This is CHA. Charana Panke Ruhabhavam. So what happens is she keeps moving from one room to another. Now, our guy Brahma, who has been recently appointed, he has joined first day on the job. He goes and meets. He wants to have a glimpse of the boss, right? Boss is busy with other things. So what happens is when she walks around from one room to another, there are some dust particles there. So what happens is he collects all these dust particles and he thinks, first day, no, you're not feeling that comfortable to talk directly to your boss, ask what I have to do, what are my. He takes the dust particles, he goes back to do what? Srishti. Taniyam sampamsum tava charana panke ruhabhavam. Charana panke was lotus feet. Charana, feet. Panke, lotus feet. So, tava charana panke ruha bhavam. Virinchi. Who is Virinchi? Virinchi is Brahma. Brahma is Chaturmukha Brahma, 4 heads. Chaturmukha Brahma. Sanchinvan. What is Sanchinvan? He collects everything. Virachayati. Virachayati what? Creates. Lokan avikalam. All these words. Worlds. How many worlds? We spoke in the last class. Upper 7 worlds. Bottom 7 words. Buhu, Buvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala. So 7 plus 7, 14 words. Brahma creates. Using what? The dust. Taniyam sampamsum tava charana panke ruha bhavam virinchis sanchinvan. He collects. That as soon as he collected the dust, pada dhuli, then he found out, okay, with this I will go and do my job. I know what I have to do. Let me go ahead and do it. So Sanchinvan Virachayati Lokana Vikalam. Okay, this guy has gone. He has taken everything. He has now moved. He knows what to do. His work is done. He came to visit her. He could to get a glimpse. He could not because she is busy moving from one room to another. Again, first day on the job, so many subjects, so many people sitting around, feeling shy to ask what to do, how to do. So collects the dust, comes back, starts doing his job. Done. Srishti is happening. Now, see, there is one aspect to it. The person who's cooking food, this person, cooking is a big task. I don't deny it. This person cooks food, but which is the more difficult task than cooking? The person who's eating it. He has to eat it, right? This person, he will cook whatever he wants to in whichever taste. The person who is cooking is having even more trouble. He has to eat it. So maintaining is even more difficult. I'm not saying Acharya says or Ananda Lahari says. Vahatyenam shaurihi katamapi sahasrena shirasam. What is this? Vahatyenam, vahati yenam. So vahati yenam is what? To sustain, to preserve, to maintain. Vahatyenam shaurihi. Who's this fellow Shauri? Shauri refers to Shauri Raja Perumal or Shura. There was a person called Shura. This Shura, anybody who comes in this dynasty, they are called Shauri. So Shura's grandson was Krishna. Shura's grandson was Krishna. So that is why he is called Shauri. So you can ask me another question. Then Balarama also should be called Shauri only. Correct, yes. But certain names stick to certain people. It gets glued to it. We don't know for what reason. For whatever reason, certain names, immediately you tell that name. For example, no, Xerox. Xerox is, I don't know in America, but in India, nobody says photocopy. Everybody says Xerox. Xerox is just the company's name. Photocopy is whatever we are doing, that machine's name, photocopier. But certain names stick to it like this. Similarly, Shauri's name also got stuck. So since he came from Shura's grandson was Krishna, so it refers to Mahavishnu Shauri. That is one. Second one, Shauri Raja Perumal. There is a place in Tamil Nadu called Tirukannapuram. Tirukannapuram. It is called Krishnaranya Kshetram. It is there are Krishna Kshetras. One of the Krishnaranya Kshetram is Tirukannapuram. Utpala Vatake Divye Vimanam Pushkare Kshanam Shauriraja Mahamvande Sada Sarvanga Sundaram. Sada Sarvanga Sundaram. That is the Sthala Sloka for that temple, Tirukannapuram. It is one of the 108 Divya Deshas. So in Tirukandapuram, there is a story there. I'll quickly, it is an interesting one for people who do not know. What happened was, the bhatter, the priest who was there in the temple, he was regularly doing pujas, very recently married. So what he used to do is all the malas for Perumal Swami, whatever malas he used to go give it to his wife. He used to take it back to his wife because newly married, he has not much of income. All different kinds of malas. This guy is Shauriraja Perumal is a beauty king. So he wants to have different kinds of malas, all beautiful malas. Even today, if you go and if you get a chance to visit, you should visit the malas. It is spectacular, even for viewing. So he used to do this. This is a regular activity. One fine day, the king of that place, he came. He came to the temple to have darshan. Those days, kings come and worship the temples, unlike these days. So king came. He wanted to have darshan of this Shauri Raj Perumal. Saundarya Perumal. Sauri Rajan is the name that got stuck to him because of this story. So before that, he was Sundara Rajan. He was Sundara Rajan because Sada Sarvanga Sundaram. Every Sarva Angam means every part of your body. Sundaram means beauty. Each individual part of the body used to be so beautiful. So his by name itself is Sundara Raja Perumal. So Sundara Raja means Sundara means beauty. Raja means king. So such was his beauty. So the king came to have darshan of Perumal. So they did the arti, all ceremonial welcome to the king, and the king came. This butter, what he did was, immediately when the king, malas are there, he took everything malas to his wife. All malas nirmalyam he has taken already, and he has already taken. But immediately when the king came, he didn't know. He was scratching his head what to do. But luckily, he managed somehow to get back that mala because he has to give some prasadam to the king, right? King has come, so you have to honor him with something. So generally, the offered mala to the Swami is given to such people of royal majesty from the court. If they come, they are given that as a prasadam. So what he did was he gave this mala prasadam to the king, and the king happily accepted it, and he went back. He went back. Once he went back, the king noticed a strand of hair in the mala. I told you, right? The malas are very spectacular, very thick. So anything that comes out of the ordinary in the mala will be distinctly seen. So the king noticed it, and he went. We all know from where it came. So I'm not getting into it. But so king came back. Now king came back and said, "What the hell is this? No, you are. It is a kind of disrespect because somebody has used this. So you're giving me with a hair. So why are you giving this to me?" Then this butter, the priest, head priest, did not know how to, how to handle the situation because he knows what will happen. Either his head will get chopped off or he will be out of the job next second. This is either one will definitely happen. The latter is better. So he said, no, no, no. The Perumal, the Swami there, the Moola Murthy, he has hair, lot of hair, matted hair. So that is the hair that you have got because no, I'm taking it from him. The king said, I was born in the morning. Okay. But I was not born yesterday morning. So don't tell me this set of lies. I want to see. Show me. Then the priest says, no, I cannot show you. It is in the Molasthana. He said, whatever happens, I need to see it now. Now the priest knows what's going to happen. So he gave the keys and he said, please, whatever you want, you go and see. There is nothing for me to show because as soon as he shows, we know what will happen. But the Swami, the Moola Murthy is so benevolent. He saw the situation of the butter, unable to explain to the king, and the king being adamant, want to seeing the Moola Murthy's hair. So the king and the priest witnessed an Ascharyam, Adbhutam. What was the Adbhutam? Swami, the Moola Murthy Perumal, he showed the darshan with the matted hair. So it was like, no, the priest was the priest couldn't imagine his own eyes because he bluffed. He basically bluffed to the king. But Swami, even Bhakta Paradhinam. So whatever this Bhakta wants, he shows. So he showed that the darshan of his form with matted hair. So that is why he is called Shauri. Shauri means hair. Shauri Raja Perumal. He got his name as Shauri. Earlier he was what? Sundara Rajan. Sundara Rajan became now Shauri Rajan. Now, because of this Shauri and that Leela he did over there, that Kshetram is called Tirukannapuram. That is why Mahavishnu got the name Shauri. So now going back to our Saundarya Lahari. Vahatyenam Shauri Khatamapi Sahasrena Shirasam. So we know Shauri means now you won't forget. Shauri is Mahavishnu. Khatamapi. See, I told you, right? The person who cooks, I gave that example. The person who cooks will cook. The person who has to eat it, right? That person has even more greater responsibility because however it is, this person will cook and go. I have to eat it, no? So Vahatyenam Shaurihi Katamapi Sahasrena Shirasam. Somehow he has to carry this Katamapi Sahasrena Shirasam. Sahasrena, who's this Sahasrena Shirasam? Sahasra Seirusha Purushaha. Where Shruti says one person, the Purushan or a Mula Virat, Brahman, has 1,000 heads. 1,000 means we should not take it as 1,000. We should take it as thousands and thousands of heads. So if you don't know something, what will you say? Maybe millions of rupees. We just make a statement, right? If you're talking about some billionaire, you say billions of rupees. You really don't know how many because you cannot count just that much. Here, that's why Sahasrena Shirasam. Thousands, there is a person with thousands and thousands of heads. Who's that person? Shauri. Who's Shauri? Mahavishnu, Krishna. So, Sahasrena Shirasam. So, what this guy has to do? He has to protect. Katamapi Sahasrena Shirasam. So, how he protects? He uses the same Pada Dhuli and he protects. Same. Who used it? Brahma used it to create. Shauri used for protection. Now, our third guy, the three people she appointed, right? Haraha Samkshudyainam Bhajati Basito Dhulana Vidhim. Now, Hara. Again, see the words here, choice of words. Refer to the glossary. So, Hara, Rudra, Samkshudyainam. Samkshudyainam means what? He took a powder. These people collected some dust particles, right? Pada Dhuli. So, Samkshudyainam, he took it. What he did? Agniriti bhasma, Vayuriti bhasma, Mama yetani bhasmani. Means what? Everything he put it on his own body. Everything. He basit uddhulana vidhim. He started to apply that ash, that dust particles on his body. Agniriti bhasma, Vayuriti bhasma, Mama yetani bhasmani. Everything he started to apply on himself. With this, he was confident that no other two they took it and went, and they are saying protection and creation and preservation. No, now I have applied it on my body, so no problem. I will also do the destruction. So this is how, using her Pada Dhuli, all the three gods or the appointed three gods with their respective duties, job duties, started to start their job on day number 1. Now, there are certain types of managers. Certain types of managers will need to push their employees to do jobs. Certain managers, Kshana Chalitayoho, Bhrulatikayoho. If only they see, if their presence comes there, no, they would have come to go to the bathroom somewhere. But mere presence, no, all the employees' work will start happening that way. So I think Devi is the other type of manager. Kshana Chalitayoho, Bhrulatikayoho. Her presence alone makes things work. So now again, one more place where, in fact, two places where her Pada Dhuli. Now here Tantra Shastra talks about Taniyamsam Pamsum in the second shloka. But where else this has been explained? Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padhabja Dhulika. In Lalita Sahasranamam it comes. Shruti Simanta. Who is Shruti? Shruti means Vedas. Shruti Simanta Sinduri. Sinduram means what? Sinduram means the kunkumam that married women have on the Simanta. What is Simanta? Simanta is the place where you're parting of the hair of a woman, that is the position of, that is called Simanta. So Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padabja Dhulika. So what happens was Shruti goes and surrenders. Again, for that also I will tell you where it is explained. Shruti goes and surrenders to Devi's, the ultimate supreme Brahman's feet. We all say Vedas are the supreme, right? So Vedas do have a boss. So they went and surrendered to the supreme Brahman. Shruti Simanta Sinduri. That time, the supreme Brahman feet. What is the color of her feet? Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Maulispurat. It was Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Shashakam. Her feet is reddish in color. So what happened? There are dust particles around the feet, right? So that dust particles have turned red because of the reddish color of her feet, charanam. So Panibhyam Alipura Ratnashakam. So what happened? Shruti went and did Namaskaram, did Sharanagati. That time in Shruti's Simanta, where is Simanta? The parting of the hair, where it happens. That time, this Dhuli, Pada Dhuli came on Shruti's Simanta. So Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padabja Dhulika. So if Shruti, if you see the red color, if you consider Veda Mata, we say as a lady, a married woman, married to whom? Brahman, ultimate Brahman. So this Veda Mata's Sinduram is from Devi's feet, which means, it's an indicative term to say Vedas have gone and surrendered to the ultimate Brahman. That is the meaning of it. Where else do you know they have surrendered? Shruti Simanta Sinduri Krita Padhabja Dhulika. We know it from Durgam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prapadye, directly, with no hiding, with no encryption. It has been very clearly told in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, in Durga Suktam, Durgam Devi Gum. There is one person, ultimate. For every devata, it will say Namaste, Namaste, Namaha, Namaste Rudramanyave. Namaste. It will say to every Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Namo, Namo, Namaste. It will say only this. To only one ultimate person, it will say Sharanagati. Durgam Devi Gum Sharanam Aham Prapadye. Without any ambiguity, Aham Prapadye. Me, Veda, I'm going and surrendering myself to the ultimate Supreme Brahman. So that is where we know about this Shruti Simanta Sinduri. Again, I told you, right? I'm a big fan of Kalidasa, so I'll talk about Kalidasa also. Kalidasa says in one of his shlokas, very favorite, very close to the heart of my guru. This shloka, Lakshmi Vashigarana Churna Sahodarani Twatpada Pankajam Rajamsi Chiram Jayanti Yani Pranama Militani Ranam Lalate Lumpanti Dhatr Likitani Duraksharani. Kalidasa says this shloka. What shloka is this? Lakshmi Vashigarana Churna Sahodarani. The Pada Dhuli or the Churna or the powder. Churna is powder, right? Lakshmi Vashikarana Churna Sahodarani. That Pada Dhuli, what will it do? Lakshmi Vashikaranam it will do. What is Lakshmi? Lakshmi is not just money. Money is included. It's a form of Lakshmi, but there are also other Lakshmis. Health, wealth, whatever, no? First, our mind should be very, clarity of mind is also a Lakshmi. Arogyam is a Lakshmi. So all of these Lakshmi, Vashikarana means it will attract. Like a magnet, it will attract. Lakshmi Vashikarana Churna Sahodarani. It will attract this Churna, this powder, Pada Dhuli will attract Lakshmi. Lakshmi Vashikarana Churna Tvat Pada Pankajam Rajamsi Chiram Jayanti. It will conquer anything. Chiram Jayanti. Yani Pranama Militani Nrinam Lalate. Nrinam Lalate. For whom? Lalate, forehead. Yani Pranama. One who Pranama means Dandavandanam. One who does Vandanam. Pranama Militan. Pranam Lalate. Lumpanti Dhatru Likitani Dhuraksharani. If somebody, we say, right, somebody has written something on your head. Lumpanti Dhatru Likitani. Whoever has written Duraksharani, it will wipe away. So when this explanation was given, I have to remember my guru here. She will use her feet and show. She doesn't use her hands to wipe it off, it seems. To show the supremeness of the ultimate Brahman. She used to move her right feet and show, using her feet, Devi's feet, she will wipe off whatever is written. Whatever karmas, it could be anything. Any karmas, no? She doesn't come under this category of Punya, Papa, Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Dharma, Adar, nothing. That's all. That's the law of the nature, Prakriti, right? But she is beyond all of that. Lakshmi Vashigarana Churna Sahodarani Tatpada Pankajam Radam Chiranjayanti Yani Pranama, one who falls at her feet, Pranama, do Sharanagati and says you are the ultimate. But that has to be, it has to not just from the mouth, it has to be Buddhi Purvakam. So Yani Mrita Nanam Lalate, Lumpanti, Dhatra Likitani, that whatever is written, she doesn't care. She doesn't care about your punya, your papa, your dharma, your karma, nothing. Ultimate, you cannot ask her why. You cannot tell her this is the nature of the world. Why are you changing? If the boss says no bonus, no bonus. That's all. If the boss says I'm giving somebody bonus, yes, bonus. So you cannot question. So that is how it is. So she removes it with her feet. All of this Duraksharani, Kalidasa says. So again, he extols the Pada Dhuli of Maha Tripura Sundari. This is another one. One more story I will say and complete the shloka. There in Sri Vidya Navavarana Puja, we do Amnaya Puja. So those who know about it, they will know. In Amnaya Puja, nothing but we call it as 6 Amnayas. In one of the Amnayas called Uttaramnaya, there is a Charana Vidya. What is this Charana Vidya? Charana means feet. Charana Vidya means knowledge of the feet. So they have certain mantras where that is worshipped. We do puja to those 4 mantras. Now, everybody knows this shloka. Vande Guru Padadvandvam Avang Manasa Gocharam Rakta Shukla Prabha Mishram Atarkyam Traipuram Mahaha. So, Devi's feet, it's a pair of feet, right? 2. One is red in color. One is white in color. Rakta Shukla. Rakta means red, blood red. Rakta Shukla means white. Rakta Shukla Prabhamishram Atarkyam Traipuram Mahaha. So it is of Rakta Shuklam, Rakta Charanam and Shukla Charanam. But Charana Vidya, this Uttaramnaya has 4 mantras. It is Rakta Charana, Shukla Charana, Mishra Charana. Mishra means mixture. Okay, combination, mixture. Mishra Charana and Nirvana Charana. There are 4 charanas. Now, what are these? Why are we talking about it here? Because we are explaining Pada Dhuli of Devi. So this is also another way of understanding the Pada Dhuli's Mahima. So what happened was, now we are talking, you see the style of the delivery of the shlokas from the first. We spoke about the concepts. Then Anand Lahari talks about evolution. Evolution, only 1 becomes 3, right? Srishti has to happen, Sthiti has to happen, Samharam needs to happen, everything needs to happen, right? So that is evolution. Evolution means it's coming from Bindu outside. So now 3 people needs to do their jobs, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. So all of the 3, right? So now they took the Pada Dhuli and they started. Brahma went, we saw that story. Brahma went, Hari went, Shauri went, and Hara, he applied it on his body. Now, the aspect actually Dattatreya explains in one of the shlokas. Yatpada Padma Makaranda Kanadharitri Yanmadhya Varti Vivaram Gaganam Samagram. So he talks to Devi after the shloka. No, the shloka is, you can have this shloka as the backdrop. Brahma, we saw Sattva, Raja and Gunas, right? You need Rajo Gunam for creation. Brahma, he held your Rakta Charanam and he went away. He said, I'm going to do creation. Rajo Guna, creation. Vishnu, he held your Shukla Charana, Sattva Guna, Shukla is white, Sattva Guna, and he went for preservation. Katamapi, you saw that word, Katamapi. However way it was created, I have a bigger responsibility. He used the Shukla Charana, he went off. Now the pair of feet means we know only 2, right? One is red, one is black, both of them took away. One Brahma took, one Vishnu took. Now Hara, remember I'm using the words carefully, Hara or Rudra, what he did was, Dattatreya says this, Yatpada Padmamakaranda Kanadharitri Yanmadhyavarti Vivaram Gaganam Samagram. Bhu Madhyagau Vidhi. Vidhi means Brahma. Bhu Madhyagau Vidhi Hari, because he writes the Vidhi, right? Vidhi Hari Tava Rakta Shuklau. These two fellows took your, now Hara says, they came, one person took the Rajoguna, he took the Rakta Shukla, he held it, he did creation. Vidhi Hari Tava Rakta Shuklau. Other person took the Shukla, the white feet, and he did the preservation. Padau Rajau Malagunau Kalu Sevyamanau Srishti Sthiti Vitanute Kridaye Tritiyam. The third fellow, Dattatreya tells us, who's the third person? Rudra. Hara Vitanute Hridaye Tritiyam. The Mishra Charana is there, no? He kept it in his heart. Mishra Charana. So, Rakta Sharana, when we do the puja, you will understand, when you learn, Rakta Charana, Shukla Charana, we will offer it on the feet. Mishra Charana on the heart, on the heart. So, Rudra took the Rakta Charana, and Rudra took the Mishra Charana, and he kept it in his heart, and he Vitanute Hridaye Tritiyam. Tritiyam means the third person. He kept it in his heart, and he went. Angre Bhajan Harati. So using that, he was for his destruction job, he used it. What will I do? Dattatreya we all know, right? Combination. Again, Guru Swarupa. So combination. So Devi said, don't worry. Vishwam Udagram Ugraha Turiyam. Turiyam means four. In Puja Saparya, Turiyam is the fourth state. That fourth state of Turiyam, if you see the fourth akshara, I will come. Chatwari Eem, we spoke about, Veda says about Chatwari Eem. I said you will understand it when you get initiated into those higher levels. So this fourth person, he says, what will I do? Who? Dattatreya asks. So Vishwam Udagram Ugraha Turiyam Tava Tavamba Charanam Nirupadi Bodha Sandramratam Shivapade. What will I do? Devi says, don't worry. And she says, I will put both my feet on your head. When this happens, putting the feet on the head, when this happens, during Guru Paduka initiation, Shri Guru Padukam Murdinihi Shri Chakram Hridi Devata Shri Vidya Yasya Jikvagre Sakshat Paramashivaha. So, through the lineages, our Guru has put his padukas, his or her padukas on our head. So this happened. So Devi says she was the first Guru, right? Guru Mandala Rupini. Her first Sishya is Parameshwara himself. I'm using the word carefully, is Parameshwara himself. Why? You should ask why. Parameshwara means the ultimate Brahman. How is that possible? Because we remember the Sat Chit Anandam concepts that we described. So Brahman is the ultimate Brahman, but for Brahman to know that he is Brahman, somebody is needed. That somebody is our Chit. Sat was Brahman. Chit went and told Sat that you are the Brahman. Who tells that? Guru comes Swarupa Nirupana Hetave. Guru comes and tells that. So here Devi, so that to Dattatreya, she puts the Nirvana Charana, means both her feet on his head. What is Nirvana? Nirvana is removing off all the impurities and realizing one's own self. Turiyam Tavamba Charanam Nirupadi Bodha. What happens? Nirupadi Bodha Sandramritam Shivapade. Sandramritam. What happens? Amritam comes. When Guru's feet comes on our head, Amritam comes. What is the indicative meaning? Then Amritam is what? Namritam iti Amritam. We realize Swarupa Nirupana, saying that I am the Brahman. Swarupa Nirupana. Swarupam is what? Your own self. Nirupana Hetave. Proving to your own self that you are the Brahman. Nothing is outside. So Sandra Amritam, Shiva Pade. Now see the words Dattatreya uses. Shiva Pade. What is Shiva? Consciousness, bliss, Chaitanyam, ultimate, Brahman, Shiva Pade. So I will get that Pade is status. When one person realizes that he is Brahman, then that's all, he is Brahman, correct? Unless we realize we don't know, we keep complaining. But once we realize Tava Shiva Pade, he gets raised to that status. So that is what for Dattatreya, Nirvana Charana happened here. So Dattatreya explains in this shloka. Again, just Very nice sloka. I will repeat this once and we'll end the class. Yatpada Padma Makaranda Kanadharitri Yanmadhyavarti Vivaram Gaganam Samagram Bhu Madhyagau Vidhi Hari Tava Rakta Shuklau Padau Rajomala Gunau Kalu Sevyamanau Srishti Stiti Vitanute Hridaye Tritiyam Angre Bhajanharati Vishwam Udagram Ugraha Turiyam Tavamba Charanam Nirupadi Bodha Sandramritam Shivapade. But you gave me the fourth feet, and that gave me Amrita. That is enough. They all have certain tasks to do. You told that's what. So we don't know what tasks Devi is assigning to each one of us. So whatever she gives, it is her prasadam. That has to be the foundational faith, trust. That is where the building of upasana needs to be built on this. Whatever she gives, it is her prasadam. So if we have that, then ultimate realization will happen very, very fast, because you know, teaching a person who has half-baked knowledge is so difficult, because he is already knows. You have to first wipe out that. But teaching a Buddhu is very simple, because he is an empty slate. You simply follow the ultimate foundational trust basics is whatever she gives, it is her prasadam. On top of that, if you build your upasana is what? Sitting near to her, going closer to her. If you do it, then the view, the perception of how you see things will change. With that, we will finish today's meaning. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Jai Matadi.